A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this particular channel, I'm actually trying to bring out as much inner work related content that I can so that everybody can actually take help from it. Even if they cannot afford it, that's all right. Everything is not based on money. However, you must think about becoming an independent person, and you should be able to generate resources with the help of your masters and the mission that Source has given to you. You all have been assigned with a mission, and you must never forget it. Now, there are some tools, very good tools that you can use, and these are free tools. They are freely available, so there's no cost for it. You just have to go online and use some of those tools. And in this particular session, I will be talking about one of those tools that can help you a lot to understand your own self. And it's my recommendation. How I reach to the tool, let's see if I share that also or not. I'm also keeping in mind another request. Actually, a couple of people requested me this. And I have not shared so much about my life related to inner work. Like what tools I use, what I do, what were my situations and experiences. Because I've always felt that maybe it's not that important to talk about my experiences. More important is channel messages. More important is the live sessions, the tarot, the readings, the information videos. I'm not saying that they don't have metaphysical content. Everything that I do is based on metaphysics, and I'm also recommending you people to study metaphysics. I have also made one video which is on the channel Twinflame Union, Starseed Twinflame Union, which speaks about physics versus metaphysics, and it's titled as Lovers of Truth. So another tool is truth. You need to explore truth in your perception, in your human perception. Because see, first we need to become human. We need to understand this planet, this universe as a human being through the eyes of a human being. Once you accept your humanity or humanitarian emotions, your feelings, you will change so much that change will start bringing in psychic abilities, gifts, and you would start experiencing supernatural phenomena, mystical experiences. You will have a very, very strong interest in metaphysics by itself. By yourself, you'll feel like that. You want to learn, you want to research, you want to find out. But there are not many places, unfortunately. They could be, I'm just saying that that's my perception maybe, and I would like to contribute in that department. That's my intention, to be able to provide content that can help people to strengthen their inner work. So this is obviously not going to be just one video. If you request, you can also ask about subjects. You can comment below and mention your questions which you feel are going to help you in inner work. And there will be many questions. Don't think your questions will be limited. They cannot be limited. Ascension is about touching your unlimited potential. What is possible can become probable, and what is probable can become a fact. Alright. So human design. Now today I'll talk about human design. We'll touch on other topics, and as I said, you can mention also whatever you want to research on, find out about. I may not be able to cover all of them, but I'll pick up those that will suit the community and that will also help people the most. So I think that was all the disclaimer. I need your time, guys. That's the thing. If you have time, only then enter into this domain. Please don't expect something to happen in a day or a two or a week, a month. No. I want to be honest with you. I want to give you the real picture. If you are willing to devote your time and attention and focus, only then you come to this content, you come to me. Otherwise, don't. Don't waste your time. Don't waste anybody's whatever expectations attached with you. At the end of the day, everyone demands time. Everyone. So you have to decide, do you want to give time to other things, other people, other situations, Or do you want to devote proper fixed time every day? You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to stop working. You don't have to become a monk or anything. You don't have to change your religion. You don't have to do anything of that nature. You just have to be a researcher. True researcher. Someone who's a lover of truth. You may have been a lover of a man or a woman or a job or a career or a this or a that. Clothes, maybe lifestyle, something. You might have done that. You might have loved a lot of people. But if you're here, I have a very strong feeling you're done with it. You're bored. Or at least you're realizing that yes, this is not the thing that I was hoping it would be. It may be good. It may be bad. For some people, it may be a pleasurable experience. But pleasure always has an equal and opposite reaction, which is pain. It's like a catapult. Even in pain, if you experience a lot of pain, you go through a lot of suffering, as much further below or behind you will pull the catapult and then leave it. That's how it works, right? You leave it, you let it go. It will stretch more than that, in fact. That's how ascension works. When we are willing to accept whatever is given to us, no matter what it is, and go through it with full honest emotions, not fighting against it, not blaming it, not doing anything of that nature, just observing it or trying to observe it, not giving it a label. So it's human design that all of you need to look up to or look into. You can go to Google. It's very simple. Just type human design or what is human design, how do I know my human design, blah blah blah. And then you just have to enter the details, your date of birth, time of birth, place of birth. And I'm actually not surprised that this is being done over here, because when I started studying human design few years back, I found out that it was created by a person named Rahuru. Now, just the way I have a name called Sunamoon, my name Sunamoon comes from a master. There is a story behind it, a very beautiful mystical story experience behind it. I was given the name when I was very young, but I obviously did not understand it at that point in time, right? Or the meaning behind it, or how should it be said properly, even I was not sure. But when you grow and ascend, then slowly and gradually you begin to figure out the connotation, the meaning, everything. I think it will happen to a lot of you. You might be born with a legal name and you'll continue to use it. It's not like you disown that. No, it stays. It's the worldly reality. In the worldly world, you are a certain identity. You've been attached to that identity to a great extent. You've thought that this identity is the real identity. But you realize when the 3D world is not real, how can that identity be real? When the three-dimensional reality is an illusion created by the goddess of illusion, Maya, how can this identity, which is solving a purpose in that particular illusionary world, be real? It has to be an illusion too. Right? Right. So, my friends, fellow ascensioners, travelers, co-travelers, all of you people have to leave that identity to that world only. But now you need to ascend, right? You are ascending already. It's not like a need, it's already happening. And I'm sure, just like the caterpillar goes through the metamorphosis process to turn into a beautiful, dazzling butterfly, that journey from the larva, from the cocoon, it's not easy. I'm not saying all of you must have gone through it. I sincerely hope that all of you have done that, or you're doing that, or you understand more. Because butterfly suddenly doesn't become a butterfly. Even that are things that happen in stages. But the further you go, the more you experience, the more you realize that there is something supernatural behind my creation. And while I ascend, I enjoy the whole process instead of being scared by the process, by being fearful about the process. I enjoy this process because it doesn't really, I think, end till the butterfly. There has to be more and more and more and more and more, so many more, right? So that metamorphosis, channeling of your energy has to be done in a focused way. And that focus should also go into the truth. Truth seeking and truth practicing and truth following and truth believing. Everything about you is truth, basically. Right? So we have to accept this spiritual identity. As a spiritual identity, you might not have any name or anything, but for communication's sake or for your characteristic stakes, like butterfly. Why do we call it a butterfly? It's not about like, oh, this and that. No. It's not an attachment to that butterfly's identity. No. It's just to call it something for the ease of communication, but it should suit whatever are we connecting it to, the personality of the person. So I really liked the concept when I found out that he's Rahuru, but he also had some other name. So I'm not comparing myself with any great personality. I'm just saying, okay, I felt resonance at that point in time because I was also, started to use that name. So it kind of helped me. I got a bit of confidence from that. Like, okay, wow, even I can do this, because I was not able to relate with any other name. Even when I was all alone by myself in solitude, actually I was mostly in solitude. So I still talk to myself a lot. And if you guys are doing that too, it's okay. Don't be scared of it. It's not a crazy thing. In fact, even if it's a crazy thing, there has to be certain craziness in your ascension journey, a madness. Why would any scientist do any research if he's not mad about it? Mad is not bad. Like people have made mad to be very bad. Evil is okay, bad, very bad. We're not going there. In fact, if evil comes around us, we pray for the evil also. Like, okay, bless you. Now off you go. We don't have any work here, right? So, sorry. We don't entertain you. And unless you also release that evil identity and you also go through the metamorphosis, do it. Everybody needs to do it on their own. Everybody has to do it all by themselves. You can get hand holding, of course. I'm also there for hand holding if anyone wants, if you can afford also. If you can't, it's okay. There's no judgment. That's why I'm making this content, right? Because I enjoy it. I also enjoy to share these amazing stuff, things, stories. So human design. Now, human design by the name itself, it's something to do with the whole design of how we are created, who we are. And there's a kind of a breakup, and it's a very interesting breakup. And why it's very interesting is, it is interesting is because it's not based on just the zodiac sign. Or like simple things or things that are more generic by nature. Okay, so you're a Leo and this will happen to you. You're an Aries. No, because we don't work like that. In astrology, astronomy, we use both sun sign, moon sign. It's a combination of sun and moon in your universe that creates life in your planet, in your universe. Because everybody is actually running their own universe. It might sound a bit bizarre right now for some people, but I think some people will resonate with it. I want to give all the credit to the masters, the spirit guides and source. Every word that I'm saying, actually everything, if you like it, it's theirs. If you don't like it, it's mine. I should be criticized for it, and all the credit goes to them. And they are the doers, okay? I'm not. Please. I'm just your friend. I'm a YouTuber. I have a mission. I have to bring in resources, so I work. If I didn't have a mission, honestly, I would be chilling right now. And I'm chilling right now also. This is the funniest part. I thought I would be chilling without the mission. But here I am. I feel I'm in the mission. I'm not sure. I feel that I am doing something I love. If I'm happy in my own universe, everybody will be happy and in peace. That is the stage in the twin flame journey also called harmonization. Now this is a time when peace starts entering your universe, your ecosystem. So all these things are tools only, But every time I discuss a specific tool, I'll talk about these things. If you like to listen, you're most welcome. If you don't, then I can't like do much about it. I'm sorry for that. And you can do whatever you like. Anything else you want to do, you can do that. So it's okay, guys and girls. Honestly, I'm very, very happy and very, very thankful that you people are listening to it. Whosoever is listening to it, thank you so much. It doesn't matter who's not. What matters is who is listening. So you're very special. You're angelic. You're intuitive. You're very gifted. I can already say it just by the fact that you're present here. Why? Because it's not for everyone. At least that's what I would like to think. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think everyone would be like resonating with this information until and unless you have a quest. You really want to grow. I mean, you can still go ahead and stop this video right here and just do your own thing about human design. Trust me, that's great. Everything is great. But I'm very happy and very proud of you. That's all I want to say. It's not about being here, being a part of this content. No. I'm just genuinely happy that there are so many people who are doing this work. At least for me, you're so many. Like, you guys are like more than enough. You're wonderful. So just looking at so many people are present here, that only makes me so happy. Like, wow, amazing. I never thought this would happen, trust me. Few years back, I never thought I would be talking about this because I was so uncomfortable sometimes, like, I could not relate with other people. Other people maybe could not relate with me. As long as I was doing well in the three-dimensional reality, everybody was happy. Everything was fine. It was all great. But of course, I was not happy. Otherwise, why would I want to leave all of that behind? Why? If I was so happy, that itself answers the question for me and for you. For me and for you and the entire human race. Guys, I'm not a Michael Jackson fan, but I really like this song. I'm very upset with whatever he's done. I mean, music, talent, singing, dancing, looking good. Like so many people, celebrities are there. This is not the great deal actually. Let me be honest. For how long will it last? Anybody who thought it's permanent, trust me, they all go into the soil. The biggest of the biggest are dead. So we'll all die, right? So why not make the most of the life that we're trying to project but we're not living it? That's not correct too. This is something I want to literally say for all people in this celebrity culture business. There's nothing wrong to be famous or popular. Maybe for some people, if they are good, they will be. They can't help it. Otherwise, how will they project for so many people, right? But my friends, if you're not living that life, if you don't embody it, you're just telling the world how happy you are, how beautiful you look, how perfect you are, you have a great career, you have fans and followers, whatever. And you're not happy, actually, it's of no use. So a lot of you could also be like, for some of you, you could be in a place where you're literally a butterfly, but you're just like, it's a new thing, so you're trying to figure it out. You need maybe some information based on that. You could be just popping out as a butterfly. You could be still in the larva. You could be still in the cocoon stage, larva stage, cocoon stage. So every stage is possible. Some of you will resonate with this, that. Some of you could be in a dark night of the soul and you just want to get out of it and you're here. So you don't know what to look for, where to go for, but you just landed here somehow. That's your intuition working. That shows you're intuitive. Right? You found it. I'm not saying anything in the sense like this is it, this will help you 100%. Maybe it will help you 40%, maybe 30, maybe 60. Let's just be realistic about it. Maybe for some it's full 100% and for someone it's like 100 on like 1000, like 1000, like times better or 10 times better, 100 times better, whatever. For some it could be like, I don't know, like I'm not connecting with this, all of this. Where is this leading to? When are we going to talk about human design properly? We've just been hearing about other things, right? So human design is like, literally it gives you a code. It's like a model number of every person. Yes, there are some common features, but if you look at the whole chart, once you put in your details, a chart will open up and it will give you certain topics, or in the header you will see what you are. Somebody who could be a manifesting generator, somebody could be a generator, somebody could be a projector, somebody could be a reflector. So there are all these categories over here. And a manifestor also, yes. So manifestor, manifesting generator, projector, reflector and generators. These are the 5 types. And then you will have a number assigned to you. Like mine is 5.2. Your could be something 3.5, or you have to check that out. Now interestingly, why do I want to talk about it? Because see, I was also going through a lot of confusion at one time. I still do sometimes. It's not a big deal. If you're confused, you look for stuff. As simple as that. So I was very confused, but I honestly did not know what to do. I'm gonna tell you this also. I had no idea. I just did not know what's ahead of me. All I knew is that, okay, I had done a silent retreat at that time. I wanted to do one more, but they told me you need to keep a gap in between, 10 days or something. So I was like, okay, maybe I should just stay here in the same village near the lake. It would be nice, and I'll practice every day. They'll be opening, at least in the morning we can come here 2 hours. So I was in that vibe, you know, like practicing every day. It was just that life. And then in the 10 days there would be a gap, so you can chill. But that place was so beautiful, I didn't want to leave from there. I really felt they were extraterrestrials, and I also captured something on camera. I have shared in one of my vlogs, extraterrestrial presence in Begness Lake, Pokhara, something like that. If you want, I can share that link also, just ask for it. Even if 2-3 people have the patience to watch it's fine, you know. But yeah, there was clear extraterrestrial activity that I recorded. It got recorded. Can you believe it? That day, I didn't even know that my camera has that much memory. It was a digital camera, very good camera for that time. And I did not know how much memory it had. I thought it would be very less. So I just kept it under a small cold water stream, which was entering the lake. And there were many cold water streams like that, which had basically created all these beautiful, clean, fresh water, chilled, nice water lakes. And not that chilled in the lake, because there's hot sun also. So it's a very tropical weather place. So I had no idea I would be staying there, but I ended up staying there for about 3.5-4 months, I think. Yeah, I'd gone there for a 10-day thing, and then I just stayed there for so long. So I felt presence over there, and I also felt that there are some other entities also, because all types of people were getting pulled to that place. And you know, sometimes when you meditate, there are people, they start meditating and they do it on the ego also sometimes, like, you know, it's a cool trend. It gives you powers. They've heard so much about meditation. Sometimes people just go there because they're power hungry. So entities are also looking for such people then. Entities also like to attach themselves to those people. And I've met those people. Personally, I've interacted with them, which seemingly had those entities around. And it was crazy. Like, it's still normal conversation. I almost got killed there, almost got drowned. Somebody had to rescue me. So all of that happened, and it all got recorded. That's crazy. I can't even show you the whole thing because it's like really, I'm not ready for it. But I use that clip to explain to people the presence that I felt over there. So extraterrestrial benevolent beings are also there, and malefic beings are also there. Please understand. And to believe that only human beings live in this universe, that's not possible. So we all need protection, and we need to surrender. That's why, my friends, that's why the surrender stage, which comes before illumination, then harmonization, then union, it's so important that you surrender to Master Source only. You have to surrender to your Master. You have to figure it out. I can't give you everything in the platter, on the platter, right? You have to figure it out. Only then you'll have the Like, value of it you'll know, na? How would you know the value of something if you've not slogged for it, worked hard for it, put in your effort, controlled your 5 senses, awakened the 6th sense? It takes effort, okay? So, I was really trying to figure out like what's my next step. I had no idea. Nothing was planned. It is predestined, but I think at that point in time I was completely like total surrender I was experiencing at that time, and there was so much pain ahead of my way which I had no idea about. So they had given me this break to cope up with what would come later on, because what was coming later on was too intense. And that was that Kundalini boom phase, because Kundalini needs pain. She's the dark mother. She needs a lot of pain to work on. Only then you can ascend, na? That's the only way to ascend. Pain, face it, chill with it. Now you're buddies, like pain and you are buddies. Now there's no difference. You've melted. So surrender brings protection. Okay, this is why I told you this whole entity thing. Yes, people who meditate or people who do stuff, they also can get attached with entities, because the reason of their meditation is not same as of the person who's a lover of truth or a seeker, a pure seeker. There's a difference in their path finding. There's difference in what they want, the desires. That attaches entities. So entities are everywhere, and we all have entities. We ourselves want the entities, and who is the best? We can't even call them entity, the masters, because then the masters will control everything and they can never be wrong with you. They might send beneficial entities as friends, to help you when you're in stress. They can bring you out. They can give you some intuition. It's not like they'll start, you can see them. I don't know, maybe with some people you can experience that also on and off, but it's literally like hanging out with people in subtler realities. You're not just the bodily identity. You're a spirit, you're a soul, you're a mind. Actually, mind is also a tool. Mind is the biggest tool. So when you find out what's your number, what's your model like, who are you? Are you a manifestor, 6.2 or 4, 5.1, 3.5, 2.5? There's so many numbers. So many. Then you can have a ball with it. You can ask other people for their details. You can see who all are, what are they, people I'm hanging out with. You can study. I mean, don't take it too seriously also, but just enjoy with it, play with it, And how I can say I recommend it is because I was going through some situation. I was not sure. And there I met a girl who was also co-meditating or co-meditator. I call everyone co-traveler. People just pass on good information sometimes. And she was very emotional. I was very emotional. I've always been emotional at the end of these retreats. And sometimes I think it was probably I was being too dramatic also at times. We all do that, right? But yeah, maybe that time I was, because I was like, yeah, I'm doing this course and I'm, learning, and I'm like becoming better with my mind. I can, it's like a device. I'm sharpening it. Wow, this and that. We need to release these things also. According to me, I felt that during my journey and still feel that. We need to release attachments like these, even these thoughts. Just do your thing and that's it. Forget about everything else, right? That kind of thing I'm talking about. So I wanted to do something for the children in a way that it's like you do your stuff, you're long gone, maybe, if not long, hopefully jaldi they should get. In Hindi we say, jaldi means fast. So fast they should get, Even if they don't know who I am, doesn't matter. I don't need any recognition from it. As long as my mission goes on, I'm able to arrange the resources with God's blessing and my master's support. Everything is fine. There's no problem at all, Even these are the things even everyone should do. Everyone should think like this. Because nothing you can carry from here. Not even a penny, not even the clothes that you're wearing. You don't carry anything with you. So why worry about the things that you can't carry with you? Just do your thing. Have the faith it will work out. Okay? So I was so lost, and this girl is telling me, you want to do something for children. Actually, what I want to do for children and what I'm already doing is to create a proper education system. That's one of my, you can say, projects. And I think it should be all of our projects. We should have one united project to create better education on this planet. Not the bogus education, not the, just get the degree and you're so intellectual, intelligent, whatever, successful. You got to study life, from life, and study life. So she was like, why don't you try out this human design? You can help children through it. I don't know. She probably thought that I would be opening up something and children would be coming to me and I'll be educating them. She said any child that comes to you can check the details of the child, and based on that, you can, train them or treat them a certain way, whatever suits their situation. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. Let's check out whatever it is. And she started telling me all about her. And I think it's also very exciting. When people tell you about their human design, you get more curious. Maybe I'm doing the same thing in a way, little bit. But it's so interesting. You can't help but share it. It's so interesting how it happened with me. I don't know how it happened with her, but she was like, yeah, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. When I look at my chart, I understand it now. I know why my life has been like this. So I was like, wow. I really want to know what my life has been and how it has been and why it has been. Even I want to know. So now, by this time, I want to share with you guys, by this time, I had actually recognized a very important trait which had troubled me a lot in my past. I had recognized that I had a very strong need to be alone. And I was not getting that. Like, I was always with people, or I felt I was forcing myself to be with people because I wanted to fit in. I was not happy. I wanted to be liked by others, validated by others, loved by others, or whatever. Others had to do it for me. Only then I would believe it, that it's happening. And just to do that, I didn't want to be by myself, but I was really enjoying it in bits and pieces. So I really realized that since childhood, I was having this huge problem. This huge problem was there in me, that I had to be by myself. I needed a couple of hours just to be by myself. And while growing up, I did not get that. But I started getting it when I was in my early teens. I started realizing that I need a space, like a den. I was very, very mesmerized by those famous five and those kind of characters who used to have some secret hideout, like a cave or, I don't know, secret room or something. I also wanted that very badly. And it was so painful to not get it for such a long time. I think I was so hurt, so traumatized by that. I was so like, why can't I get my space? Why is it so difficult to get a space of my own? And I was just a child and I had no privacy. And then I went through the phase of sexually getting molested. Then there was this phase when I felt I was going through something called hypersexuality. I was going through something which was like, what is this? I could sense there's a sexual energy in the planet. As a child, it was very intense. It came with a lot of shame. There's so much around, bad stuff around it, negativity, heaviness around it. I was like, what is this horrible feeling? What is this? I needed a space to be alone, and I did not get that. So it was very traumatic. But why did I have that space? Why could I not be like other kids in the house, other siblings? Like they were always playing, fighting, doing their things. But I always wanted to go away for a while. This human design helped me figure that out, because obviously on that day I did not get to know, because she lived on some mountain and you had to row the boat. There was no car or anything. There was no road to it. There was a lake that you had to cross and go to the other side where she used to live. And there were just 4 or 5 houses. So I was very excited to go there, but I was also like, am I going to the right place? I hope I don't get like stuck somewhere, something happens, I don't know. But there was a faith. There was some faith that everything will be okay. I'll be fine types, So I went there and she had this laptop and she was very excited, but there was no internet. She already had some system, like we have Kundli software. She had something like that, some human design software, and she had a lot of content that she'd given to me. I don't know where that content is now, by the way. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's put on the details and blah, blah, blah. And she's like looking, oh, you're a projector. You're a projector. I'm also a projector. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As I said, it's also about, what other people feel about them. So I was like, oh, okay. What does that mean? I was like, what does this even mean, projector? And she's like, oh my God, you're a 5.2 projector. Oh my God. Wow. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, what is this? And then I also looked into that. First I did not understand, but I looked into it, and there's one, box which said heretic hermit. Now by this time I had been studying metaphysics, and tarot also has one card called the hermit, which used to draw my attention a lot to it. Now, okay, this room problem, this privacy problem is not bad. I have my own space, but it's still not my own space. I have to share it. Okay, we are living in a house, I have my own room, but there are so many other people. Even that used to bother me. Can you believe that? I preferred like they could have their own floor and I could be on my own floor. And when I was living in a duplex apartment, I was so happy because I had my own floor at that time. I had so many plants, and that lasted for a short while, like not so long, maybe a year or something, while I was working in a corporate job. So it never made sense why I have this huge need to be alone. What is wrong with me? Even if I was in a relationship, even if I was going to office or working or meeting people or doing at that time I was partying a lot. Trust me, it was crazy. Still, I had to come back to a space where no one would enter. Why was this problem happening? So this heretic hermit gave me the answer. It said that by birth, by nature, you're a heretic hermit. And hermits like to be alone. Whether they are married or whatever, even that doesn't matter. As I said, I've been in relationships. That was not a problem, but I needed my space. So back in those days, like even now I think, maybe after marriage it's a difficult thing. But if you are very independent, you've got your own thing sorted, you have a mission, blah, 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 you very strong, busy schedule, I think people can work it out. If you're all hermits and you're listening to me, if anyone resonates with this need of being alone, please look into your human design. You might get some